Hey guys, it's me Anais. So I'm going to show you my fluid cows. I don't think that fluid cows are in that many mod packs, and as a result of that, I had to kind of look all over the place to figure out how to use my little cows to the best of their ability and all of that. So this is where I was gathering all of my cows originally, and one of the things that came up is that they stop spawning after a while. The reason for that is that there's a mob limit. So I wanted more fluid cows. So what I did is I moved my animals to a different dimension, and that let more fluid cows spawn on my overworld. And then I was able to get more and more fluid cows and collect basically the whole set, all of the fluid cows that I could get anyway. I'm not sure why fluid cows aren't in that many mod packs, and maybe the reason is that some people might find them unbalanced. But I think that for Sky Factory, they are a really great addition because it takes a lot of work to get them and take care of them when you have to build your entire world as you go. Another thing to note is that fluid cows are disabled in the auto spawners, so you can't do that. Ah, there he goes. Oh crap, is he still alive? So I have my cows in these nice little pastures. I try not to make them too crowded because I want them to still love life. So I have 5 different kinds of cows, 2 of each, so they have a friend. And then if you just come over here, boop, we have a rancher right here. There's another mod that I use to make this work called Harvestable Fluid Cows, and that helps automate this gathering by making this rancher work, see? And otherwise, if I hadn't done that, the only way that I would be able to gather fluid from my lovely cows is by using a bucket or using an autonomous activator with a bucket, which would not be very much fun. Not as much fun as having a rancher do all of it for me, right? So I have that hooked up to my little fluid ducts here, and we just gotta follow along, and then bam, there is my beautiful tank, and it has all these little sides here. So basically one side is bringing all the fluid in very kindly, and then the other sides are separating those fluids and putting them into the proper casting basins where they will be turned into blocks and then put into this handy dandy ender chest, which is hooked up to the ME system. And then there is production after that, but automation, I should say. There's automation after that. But one thing in Sky Factory 2.5 is that a few materials don't work in these casting basins. Like the metals from Botania, that is one of the main things that I came up against. But what I found is a script that somebody else wrote. I will put the link down there so that you can use it too. But that script allows those metals to be cast in these casting basins. So it's very handy and good to have if you want all of your cows to be utilized in this very wonderful fashion. This is a bit laggy as I'm walking around here, and that's actually why I built all of my fluid cow automation on the bottom of my world to kind of keep it far away from everything else that matters. All these casting basins, they seem to cause a lot of lag, so that is something to note. Keep them where that is not going to bother you. Oh, look at that face. So I know right now you're going, oh wow, Anais, I love all this automation you're doing. Well then, guess what? There's more. here is that ender chest, the white chest that is way up with those fluid cows. And it is going to bring all that stuff down here. Yum, yum, yum. And it's going over here into these little guys. So once they're going into our storage buses here, you can see the different types of blocks that I have coming in, and like the block of emerald and silver block, you know, all these good stuff. So I have them going in there. And because most recipes actually call for ingots instead of blocks, I am turning them into ingots. So they're going through that process, and then they're going to go back into this ender chest right here, the white chest, and then they're going back into the MAE system, and then they are going to be stored in these caches as ingots. The other thing that I have that's kind of fun is, let me get off my tea here, is this ender pouch right here, and that is also actually connected to the white chest. And if I want to, I can just open it and watch all of those wonderful fluid cow things come in, get processed, and just enjoy myself, you know? Let's close that. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this look at my fluid cows and how I have automated them. And I'm going to finish my tea. I hope that you have tea too. And I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.